Good evening and welcome to Tales of Myth and Mayhem. I am Marc, I'll be your narrator for this evening. We are playing Marvel Multiverse RPG in our own little corner of the Marvel Multiverse where this young group of mutants are trying to get the fuck away from Orchis in the aftermath of the Hellfire Gala. So this is episode 5, I believe. I might have fucked that up putting in the thing, but you never know. If you can't hear me in the chat and you're in the chat, please let me know, because I really hate it when I go on for ages and no one fucking hears a thing. Happens way more often than you might think. Marc is audible, woohoo! So without further ado, we will introduce our wonderful players and their characters, and then I think Michelle is doing a recap for us today. Unless she's too tired, in which case, haha, you're fucked, you're not getting one. But yeah, we will start with Calder. Who are you? Who you playing?
I'm playing Silas Crawford, who's kind of agent of the Hellfire Club. More so, Shaw has been having an on again, off again, good day, bad day, good day, bad day, like throughout this entire. He's been working on becoming a better person. It's a work in progress. It's going to take him probably the entire campaign to become a decent human being.
This is only chapter 1, so he has time.
That's also true. He has time. Or he could get like a lot worse. We don't know yet. We'll see.
This is also true. It's I am not forcing anyone to be good.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he is at the very least like he is a team player in the sense that I need all these people to keep me from dying.
Definitely, and he's helpful with it as well. It's just the reasons why he's helpful is the what's a little bit dangerous there.
Yeah.
Michelle, do you know you're not even in Roll20 yet? She's still sleeping, I think. Right, Lavaita. I love you. You're wonderful. Lavaita, who are you?
Hi, I'm Lavaita. You can carry on, it's fine.
That's alright, I do that often enough. I mean, then wonder why I can't see rolls. It's
in character at the moment. I'm playing. I'm Lavaita. I'm playing Lauren, who has powers are mainly to do with being able to stretch out her arms and legs very long, and also teleport a bit, but not whilst carrying anything.
Not yet, anyway.
It could be a while.
Could be a while. And Kathrine.
Yes. I am playing Chris, who starts to get a grip on their shape-shifting powers and their magical fingers.
Okay.
Yep.
I mean, if Chris ever ends up like in a relationship, like you gotta be jealous, or kind of like at least a little bit like happy for their partner, because that's probably very useful. And
save a shitload of money on sex toys.
Yeah.
Fucking whole bit of the budget is just step 3.
They're expensive as fuck. So
your imagination is the limit as to what. Okay, let's just move on.
This is turning into a very different game than I was expecting.
Yeah, it's no longer X for X-Men, it's X for something else.
We all fall down together in a heap. And last but certainly not least, Michelle, who is not actually Susan Strong, but might have some resemblance. I don't know. Who are you? Who are you playing, Maria? Still, you get born to all this barren shite. It's just there. For us, it's not as much. You can't own the forest. That's just words on paper. Doesn't matter what someone says. You can't own the land because they'll die at some point. We'll all die and we'll all go back to the land. This forest is alive and it's been here a lot longer than we have. Kind of cocks his head at you. Look, That was just to make sure you didn't fly off the handle. It's not something that will be done to you. Hold on. Do you know what I've done again, Michelle? Can you guess?
Is Michelle inaudible by any chance?
Someone can't apparently hear anyone
Thank
else
you,
but Marc.
Marcella. This is like the 100th time I've done that. Michelle, can you speak, please?
So we started from the
Oh.
top.
Your entire fucking recap.
Oh,
So let's just go again. Take it from the top, everyone. First positions.
Reset.
Can people hear me now?
Should we clap our hands for the edit?
Just
Oh.
Mark's expressions like.
Sorry, Mark, don't worry. We'll run through it again. It'll be fine.
Can I just confirm, are we audible now?
Yeah, just testing 1, 2, 3. If anybody can hear us.
Yeah, I listened and I heard Mark and I heard Calder and then I stopped listening.
Do you know why? If I fuck it up all the time, if I don't see Michelle's face, then I forget to copy the link over because it's not in OBS. And if the cookies are used, and if I don't see a microphone levels changing, like if I don't have that in front of me, then I don't see it. So I can hear you, we can all hear you.
So
Okay, once more from the top.
Right, so you can give us your recap and then we'll just skip to the bit where
so
Jeremy's
on
been nice.
Michelle, they haven't been hearing.
Yep, not heard a thing Michelle has said.
All right, so last time, right? I mean, we're being chased by these fucking sentinels because of some bullshit in Krakoa I don't really understand. And now, I just sorted my life out, and then suddenly it's all gone to shit. So we're walking around this forest, right, on the run, right? Me, Silas, Lauren, and Chris, and Pigtail, and Greg. And then Greg starts going, like, apologizing. And we're like, what are you apologizing for, Greg? You're fine. And then suddenly lots of bugs come out of him. And then Lauren, right, just vanishes. And she just leaves, goes to hang out in a tree or something. And then she goes to investigate some lights in the distance or something. Leaving me, Silas, and Chris to start to fight all these bugs while Greg straight up dies. Then Pigtail dies. And so I rip a tree out the ground and I smash all these bugs. And then these dudes show up being all like, hey, come with us. You're on our land. Come over to our place. So we went over to their place. And then this dickhead Baron was just like, oh, you're on my land. Blah, 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 blah. And it's like, how do you own a forest? How can a person own a forest? That's just so bizarre. So, yes, I went off to go and sulk. Here I am.
Just a quick recap of what happened after that. Thank you very much again, Michelle. That was a great recap. That was wonderful for hearing twice. While Sarah was sitting there after all this had happened, one of the kids, or one of the children, Jeremy, comes out, offers her a beer. When she acts a little bit annoyed about it, he gives her shit for killing a tree. Then says that he's replanted the tree already. They have a little conversation about how the fuck someone can own a forest and both agree that that's not possible. Sarah asked about who was dampening the powers, to which Jeremy replied it's not something that would happen again, it was just to make sure people didn't flip out. And that's where we left it, I think.
Yeah, so I would say to Jeremy, like, well, look, you seem all right. Like, but, like, if someone's dampening powers, we have a friend who I'm guessing his powers were activated. So if someone could dampen, someone can activate.
I've never heard of that happening, but probably. It wasn't any of us. We started to come down when the forest told me what was going on. We didn't know anyone was there.
You talk to the forest?
It is my gift, yes.
Okay. What's the forest name?
Why would a forest have a name?
Well, don't forests have names? And like, there's one called Charlie that talks to like Ben the Forest or something in Nottingham or whatever.
You're a very strange woman, Miss Bacon.
Well, yeah. I mean, look at me.
He smiles. I seem weirder, to be honest. Dinner's coming. You coming in? Just ignore Dad. He's a bit of a
All
prick.
right. It's all right. My dad was a bit of a prick too, so I get it. I get what you're living with.
He smiles at you. Come on, you can help me think of a name for the forest.
Well, as she walks in, the last thing people hear is just like, well, maybe the forest should name itself. Is all I'm saying.
Forest doesn't think like that. It's not exactly a human intelligence.
Everything
That's
about
very
every
human-centric
conversation,
of you.
everything that's happened over these last few days, and every conversation I've had has made my head hurt, and this is no exception.
Fair. One good thing about being able to talk plants is I can get you some really good painkillers if you want.
No, I mean, I'll tell you what it is. I'm in recovery. 12 steps, all that shit. Like, I can't do anything fun anymore.
No, I don't mean this is completely natural stuff, nothing that would get you hooked, just enough to take any pain you've got away. It's not for party.
Oh, that's good. That's great. It's very considerate of you. I'm all right, but you might want to ask the others. Like, we got a bit banged up in that fight. Those fucking bugs, mate. I tell you, those bugs, rubbish.
Yeah, that is something I've never seen before. I'm sorry we couldn't save your friend.
So, I mean, I assume it was his power, like his mutation, is making bugs. I'm assuming. I mean, he hadn't shown his powers before.
Do you know him long?
About a week. We just all we were just all like roughly in the same place and managed to survive one of those gates in London.
We were lucky to be here. We were able to avoid that call, but we heard about it. None of us have left the ground since.
It's probably smart. These fucking Krakoans, like I get it, you go off and you get shit, so you go to your own place. Like I get it, but like it's always some fucking bullshit with Krakoa, like Professor X and his team of super dicks just get everyone in shit all the time,
And you were the hero yourself.
Yeah, but I didn't I don't go around and mess with living islands and
The island's a mutant.
yeah, or something. I don't really understand. It's a tree, but it's also not. It's alive.
It's
But it's an island. It's an island that's a mutant. That's weird. Like, what? How does an island mutate? How does an island have the X gene? You know what I mean?
Human mutate.
Well, we have genes, right?
So
does the islands have genes?
It didn't start as an island. It didn't start as a...
I just wanted to run a detective agency in my friend's basement in Peckham, all right? That's what I wanted. And now it's fucking living islands and talking forests and fucking... Oh, stupid comic book shit.
Like, this is just like Sarah banging on the fourth wall, trying to knock it down.
Let's see if we can make this fucker break.
You know what? Before all this shit went down, right? Biggest stress I had, my tax return, inland revenue stuff, But it was my first.
We don't get that.
Oh, good for you. What the fuck?
I'm only joking. Come on in.
Let's go. Yeah, let's go eat, and I'll try not to be a complete prick to your dad.
The rest of you, Rebecca walks off with Pinktail's body, leaving Troy to show you around. Fuck, it was maybe Troy that was the one that talks to trees, but never mind. Fucked up. I shouldn't have told you that. None of you would have known had I not said. So forget that I said it.
Something fair enough.
I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyway. Troy looks at the three of you. If you want, you can get cleaned up. We can have something for supper.
Absolutely. That's the first good news I've heard in a couple of hours. So yes, thank you.
We don't have a lot of rooms, but maybe you can double up. That'd be okay.
Yeah.
It's better than sleeping in the tunnel.
Never done that, but I'll take your word for it. And takes you up a flight of stairs, to a long, a long hallway. The first room comes to. There's 2 single beds in there. You can take that one. There's an ensuite there too. We'll meet you downstairs in half an hour.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take it. Silas goes on to the next room. This one's got a double, so I hope you don't mind sharing with your friend.
No, that's fine. Yeah.
There's an ensuite in there as well to have a shower. I'll take a bathrobe or something if you want, and we can get your clothes washed. I'm pretty sure we can find something. I mean, I think look you up and down. I mean, might be a bit old, but Dad looks about your size. We can get you something if you want. Something like sense. Anyway, he smiles at you and kind of blushes a bit. I'd see you downstairs in half an hour.
Okay.
So what do the 3 of you do?
We talked out of before the session out of character that like we should keep some kind of telepathic link up to at least through Silas, as a router, I guess, sort of to in case anybody sees something that somebody else might not, but and maybe I guess sort of clean up to make it at least look like we're being grateful guests, but also kind of still think of it. I think Silas is most inclined to trust the Baron Bellington, but I think he's also still kind of yeah, you're part of the same club as me, but I also know what our club is like. So it's kind of it's I can trust you to look after your own interests, but whether they're going to extend to my interests as well is going to be the question. But he's going to be very, very well behaved, because that's just also a thing, like a Hellfire Club. Just thinking, dress well, act politely, and stab each other in the back behind closed doors. So.
This is true. Yes. The
room, overly, that's just rude. So,
the rooms are both. They're not opulent, but they're both. You can tell there's a lot of money in them. They're not in any way gaudy or showy, but when you feel the sheets, it's probably some of the finest sheets. Maybe not for you, Ellis, but definitely for Lauren and Chris. Some of the most finest sheets or anything you've ever been on. If you lie on the bed, it's like you're engulfed in feathers. The most comfortable thing. Considering how you two have been living the past couple of years, it's definitely not something you're used to. There's a fairly large mirror each of the bathrooms. There's a shower. There's toiletries there. There's some fairly nice looking older furniture. Yeah. So Silas, you get ready.
Yep.
Lauren, Chris, do you get ready? Do you talk? Do you do a wee dance?
I mean, I think I've got some questions just because I don't know exactly what happened with the fight. So I'll probably want to get what happened.
You fucked off.
Well, I didn't. The intention had been maybe I've got that to explain as well. I intended to come back.
What happened to the fight?
I mean, what did happen with? I mean, presumably none of you are dead. What happened to Greg?
So are we all in the same room?
No, Chris.
Me and Chris are in the same room, but Silas, I guess, is always an ever-present force in their minds at this point. So
that's also true. I think I can only concentrate on one person, so I think you can
concentrate on 2 at a time because you've got your rank 2 rank.
Concentration, that's true. But I think he's probably too busy, kind of just showering and kind of freshening up. Because he has to make the effort to make the mind link, and right now he's kind of too off in his own world and thinking about his own. I think if somebody tries to I guess reach out to his mind link, he will answer, but if nobody does, he won't.
I was just about to say, so Silas is kind of this universe Marc. You not sure if you can be listening in.
mean, I no, he's not that powerful. I mean, he can listen in, but not really do anything. I mean, like the further you go, you go down like telepathic powers. You can command like people, but he cannot do that. He can just read surface level thoughts, that kind of thing, and just uses it to cheat at cards most of the time when he's not
Okay.
being hunted by people.
Then, Chris, hi. Is everything okay? You all right? You all okay? Did Sarah just do the big smash like before?
And Chris just sits on the bed, like, does this smoothing out the, like, feeling the bed sheets and stuff like that.
Oh.
Just sits there and pull that like hood up and just looks at you, and I don't know what happened. Things just went to shit.
I did my best. I thought if we got Pigtail out of there, she might be okay, but there was so much blood. I couldn't do anything. And I haven't got any like healing at all. And then those people arrived with the torches, and I didn't know if they were going to come and get you as well or what. So I checked them out, and then by the time that had all happened, I couldn't get back to you because my powers were fucked.
That's fair, I guess. The box ate Greg. I tried to stop it.
I mean, we all saw what happened. It's probably going to be very hard to come back from that after the first bit where all the bugs came out in the first place. That's going to give me bad dreams for weeks, I think.
Yeah. Me too. Probably.
Are you okay otherwise?
Compared to what?
That's a very good point. Okay, physically, are you not hurt?
No, I'm alright.
Okay. Well,
What about you?
I don't know what's going on here exactly. I just got here. There was an old man. He gave me some tea. He seemed chill, but he's clearly a rich person, and I don't know. I've got a weird feeling about this place. It's huge, and how did they not end up going through the gates? Like, how do you resist that call? If I'd locked my door, I don't think I'd have been able to stay in it.
Guess they're more used to their powers than we are.
Or maybe they're really powerful. I'm a bit worried. Anyway, I guess we at least play nice for now.
Yeah, and Chris will get up and like put a hand on your shoulder and just, I'm glad you're okay. And
I'm glad
go
you're
take a
okay as
bath.
well.
Because Chris really doesn't want to talk much now. Just so say, I'm glad you're okay, and Joe, go take a bath. Shower, whatever. Yeah.
You go, you run a bath. Yeah. Plenty of space. Water is hot. Quickly, the bathroom steams up. You're able to get in and try and relax for a bit. Everything hurts. It's not been that long since you were in the Druid Grove, but it seems like it's been forever after that fight there. Anything else you want to do?
I'm going to change my top at least because I ripped it when I was trying to help do what I could with Pinktail.
If you go through the drawers of the wardrobe, you see some fairly nondescript but high quality clothes. There's several sets of pajamas hanging up. Some robes. Like by robes, I mean bathrobes, not cult robes. Which would have been,
I mean, there's overlap, but
yeah,
I think you're begging the question by specifying that they're not cult robes.
But no, I just need to say because usually in my games, cult robes would be
Yeah,
they've definitely not got big white hoods or anything. Don't worry.
No, definitely not. No. This is England. We don't do the great hoods.
No, we originate it.
Yes. We don't need to wear the mask. It's Sorry, English people. We do like you sometimes.
How dare you?
I forgot you were there.
This is so typical. The Scottish coming into England and mocking and taking all of our stuff. That is so Scotland.
Right, that's it. We are terrible. David. We are awful.
I'm sorry for my ancestors. I'm very embarrassed by them most of the time.
So I think as British people, you need to be embarrassed of your ancestors. It's I don't think Scotland gets away with all that much either. Right,
Who does really? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna like wash my face a bit, kind of brush twigs and stuff out my hair, whatever else has been collected in there since being up the tree, and then coming down very quickly, and just like check out myself in the mirror. And there's something weird with my eyes; they seem to be a little bit more purple than they were. That's a bit weird. I don't know what's going on there. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Silas, what about you? Anything else you want to do?
So I know that the kid told us that, or told Silas that he can technically take the clothes of the Baron, but he's not going to do that without like express permission by the Baron. So he's going to basically ditch like the suit jacket that has all the bug goo on it, and like he's now down to dress shirt, like a waistcoat and pants. But he will like pick like one black or kind of like dark grayish jacket, like, but keep it on the hanger.
Do you go for a bath or a shower?
Yes.
Now, while you're bathing, when you come out, you would find a suit laid out for you with a little note saying, "Hope you like it," and I think you're muted, mate. If you were talking. You are. This thing was not my fault. Yay!
No. I heard him.
Wait, no, seriously?
Yeah.
Can you hear him?
And I don't see the little Marc. Say something, Carla.
I'm not hearing him either.
No.
Good. Oh, not just me.
No. But it's not in video, because that little red.
No, he's not muted. Is not muted in video. It could be. Silas, we will come back to you. Sarah, you are led in by Jeremy. You've seen this sort of place where you've been in rich places. You can tell the money's there. No one else seems to be about. The others have been laid off somewhere. The Baron, the Sir Anthony Bellington, is nowhere to be seen. Jeremy leads you through a kitchen, the massive big. It's got the auger there. It's got ceramic, like massive ceramic hob things for. Yet, sorry. I get too distracted by chat. He opens up the fridge, says, "Can I get you anything?"
Do you have any Nesquik?
I'm sure I can find some. He starts pulling open the cupboards and checking here, there, just about everywhere else.
Thanks. I take a lot of comfort in milkshakes.
I think we have some. He brings
Oh,
out a
wonderful.
packet with a big bunny on it.
Thank you. As much as when things are all going to shit, there's always milkshake.
Always milkshake, right? Sorry, Silas. Say something. Yes.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
I'll come back to you in a wee second. Yeah, there's always milkshakes. I prefer strawberry myself, but
Oh, classic. That's a classic one. But in London, right, they were doing this thing where like they were doing like suddenly milkshakes all shot up to like £7 a go. And they have wish in it like cookies. Like they just jam a bunch of cookies in it and charge £7. It's like, what the hell?
did that to us
Basic
at uni
next
as well. But yeah, so do you want some ice cream in it?
Wow, you got everything. No, I'm all right with just some Nesquik. Thank you. Wow, you've got everything.
He gets it and then gets you a straw. So it's not plastic; it's a plastic one, but you know. When he hears them up at least and gives you the glass over.
I'll help you use up your milkshake. That's something I can help with.
That's
So
fine with
what?
me.
So, like, you've lived here your whole life, right, Jeremy?
Yeah, except when I went to uni.
Where'd you go to uni?
Edinburgh.
Oh, that's a fun city. That is a fun city.
It was a good time. But unfortunately, all needs to end at some point.
Yeah, it wouldn't be great if uni could last forever, right?
Ah.
I mean, I never went myself, but I knew people who did, so I ended up like hanging out there in their dorm rooms. You know, went to a few parties, and yeah, good times.
Some of the best parties.
But my teen and young adult years were like in the public spotlight, and that like is. I wouldn't recommend that. Like, you did the right thing, staying anonymous and going to school. That's smart.
Yeah, Dad had plans for all of us.
Oh yeah, what get you into family business and all that?
Basically, yeah. But
What's the family business?
have a word with your friend Silas about that. He knows more about it than I do, in all honesty.
Out of character, like Sarah still has like the link as well, so she can just scream at Silas, like in his head right now. Like, what is going on?
All right,
Silas in the bath and suddenly a scream just water goes everywhere.
What?
All right,
Out of context.
I'll do some brain stuff. So Sarah just thinks to Silas like, "Hey, so what? This is some proper upper class shit we're in now.
Yes.
What's this Lord Baron dude about?"
I think we established like last time that I mean we've crossed paths, but I don't remember. I don't remember him.
He recognized you. Yeah,
but I don't recognize him, basically.
I think you did recognize him, but it wasn't someone you'd had contact with. You'd just seen him at events.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but then I said, look, I've seen him at parties, like Hellfire Club parties, but he's not been introduced to me as somebody of dread import, if that's what you mean.
He's not like weird rich, is he? Like, he's not got like a bunch of 7 feet in the basement or some shit.
I think people who have secret 7 feet in the basement are pretty good at hiding them, but
that's classist, by the way. Poor people can have 7 feet in the basement as well.
That's also true. But at the same time, I think if he had any more influence, I think I'd know about it. I'm sure that he's very rich and he's got nobody becomes rich by playing nice, but I'm not sure what else he has going on, really.
Well, let's just hope that he's, we've all got the same goal, which is surviving and stopping this Sentinel shit. So, maybe we're going to be all right. Maybe I overreacted earlier.
No, that's reasonable. But,
Wait, are you in the bath? Is this weird that I'm in your head in the bath? I'm sorry, I can give you some privacy. I didn't think.
Honestly, like, if it's not weird for you, it's not that weird for me.
Well, I can't see anything.
I don't think of you when I'm in the bath, if that makes you feel better.
Jeremy says, "You do know that's about rude, don't you?"
What?
So what did your friend tell you about the business?
Nothing.
Fair. Do you want to get cleaned up before dinner?
Oh, I'm all right. Oh, wait. She smells herself. Yeah, I'll go use the sink. I'll be back.
I can take you up to the room.
I have a room?
Yeah, I think you'll probably be bunking with Silas, but if he's using the bathrooms now, you can use mine.
Oh, thank you. That's lovely. I just need a sink. I don't really fit in most baths, so
I think
you can use my dad's then.
If you can't fit into the bathroom, how are you going to fit into the sink is the question.
No, sink wash.
Cat bath.
Sink wash. You know, petrol station shower. That's what I'm talking about.
Fair enough.
I don't think Silas knows about that.
I'll take you to the
No,
master. The master bathroom.
Oh, thank you. That's really sweet of you. Thank
It
you.
takes you up the same stairs that we're nesting up and along the corridor. Much further along, you see large double doors. So that's Dad's bedroom, but they takes you then off to the right down another corridor. To a door that opens up into a bathroom that is one of those sunken floor baths. You know, massive big round thing. Don't worry, it's clean. You can have it. We'll be down for dinner in half an hour. Just come down. I'll make sure there's some clothes laid out for you.
Oh, thank you. That's really kind of you. Thank you.
Yeah, don't worry about it. You've had a hard time.
So the second that the door is closed and locked, she just looks around, just like, because she hasn't had a bath in about 20 years.
No, not true, because at the Druid Grove you are swimming.
but not
Well,
like
that's assuming-
like soap bath. That's I think
It's different. Like you can't really take a bunch of really nice smellies into like a leisure centre pool. Like this is different.
I mean, you can.
So she
and
looks-
I'm sure some people do. You just
So she runs the bath and she just pours in like way too much of the smelly stuff. Lies in the
only
bath.
smelly stuff, no water, just fucking bottles. Why is
No,
it
there is
bottles?
water. There is water. So there's hot water. It's full of smelly stuff. She's there just washing her hair and like, you know, looking around and just be like, oh, I'll use that and use that. Maybe uses up way too much of everything. Just like,
she's gonna be so presentable. I can't wait to see her when she gets out.
I'm a little concerned about what the clothes situation is going to be because
It'll be like a breakfast club kind of like makeover for Sarah.
I don't know how that's going to work. But yeah, so she's having a bath
Mm.
and sorting
So-
herself out.
Everyone gets all cleaned up. Clothes are laid out for you, Sarah. There's like very loose kind of jogging clothes. So things that would be very loose on others are probably quite tight on you, but nothing very fancy. These things that would be quite comfortable, you know, for loafing about for the most part. Your clothes are taken with a note saying we'll get these cleaned. And it takes longer than the half an hour they'd say to you to meet down for dinner by the time you're all ready.
The answer is probably going to be no, but I think Silas is going to really try to concentrate to see if he can get the attention of the voice that's been in our heads intermittently. Like kind of like more or less kind of like calling out into the telepathic void of kind of like, look, some warning, some information about this place. Much appreciated if you're listening.
Give me a logic check, difficulty 20.
Oh, okay. No. It's 8. Absolutely not.
No, then unfortunately not. No, you reach out, but there's too many things going on, and you notice actually, even though you feel that, you notice something strange. Trying to push out of this place is difficult. Like not the house, but a little bit further out. It's like if it was astral projection, you would probably go a good 500 meters away from the house, maybe further. But you can tell that there's something kind of shielding the place somehow.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay,
So even though you failed, you got something from it.
but thank you. That's that's kind of useful. Yeah. Then and you were saying that there's like fresh clothes. Is it like the same like jogging wear for all of us?
For
or is it-
you, it's there's a suit laid out, and you think actually it's probably almost exactly your size, and it's laid out. It's a kind of dark blue, it's almost black dark blue sort of suit, a very fine cloth, very the fine cut. There's a tie line next to it, but there's a little note on it saying, "Don't think you need this." And a kind of purple. I don't want to say because not silk, but a purple.
like ascot?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
All set out for you. Shoes are there that look as if they're soft as.
Yeah.
If I can
No,
cast them.
no more sneakers for the time being. It's like,
I was just thinking when Chris gets up and see stuff laid out, they will try to get that link to Silas and just think out loud like, if you have new shoes, I could do with my own bag, like, and just cut it off and nothing more. Just send that out.
I mean, can I see that my old stuff is still there? Or is it? I mean, if the sneakers are still there, I just want to
You
send
also
message
have
back.
the note that the clothes are being taken to be cleaned.
Okay, well, in that case, I'll just send that back. They're cleaning the clothes. So, I mean, you'll have to ask them about the sneakers.
And it just feels like the thought of a thumbs up.
Okay. I love that. Just like a astral, like ding.
For Lauren and Chris, the clothes aren't laid out in the bed because Lauren would have been in the room. One of you would have been in the room while I was washing.
Yeah.
But there is a knock at the door at one point.
I'll
And
answer
you
it
find-
because Chris is in the bath.
There's no one there, but there's clothes laying at the door with a little note just saying, "Leave your dirty clothes and we'll clean them once you're gone."
Good service in this place.
done.
I'll pick them up and bring them onto the bedroom and put one set on each bed, and I'll hang on till Chris is done before we pick who gets what. Because I don't have a strong
Both,
preference.
I mean, they'll be
Similar.
I don't know how similar you are in size, but they're both set to your sizes.
Okay, well, I'll check which one seems to fit and wear those ones then. Trying to figure out how everyone's getting Silas's attention, and I'm just like, okay, what would get his attention to try and like communicate non-verbally? And I just
think of Sean the nude.
no.
Well, she doesn't know what she looks like.
I was thinking that. I was thinking like, okay, he seems to be quite a stylish fellow, so I'm going to imagine him like dressed up, really strongly imagine him dressed in like designer jacket, but like ripped and distressed all over.
We
like, the
talked
pockets
about
are
this
visible,
before, yes.
There's more skin showing than there is covered up by these very expensive clothes, and just see if that gets him going. What the hell are you doing?
And I think you were also saying kind of like a Burberry print, like a but a knockoff.
I've got to keep something in reserve. I've got to keep something in
Okay,
reserve.
that's fair enough.
I've got a list of these.
Just eat them out, you know. We've
Yeah.
only got another
I
4
think-
episodes or something left, so
I think Silas just kind of even like in the telepathic speeches, you can hear the like deep the exhausted like sigh of like that wasn't necessary. You could just say hello. What is
Sorry,
it?
I haven't done this before. This is a bit weird. Are you getting a bad vibe? I think I'm getting a bad vibe. Maybe I'm just
Bad vibe
paranoid.
how? Bad vibe how?
Just like this is something's wrong. I don't know. Just feels off. Not
I
sure.
think he'll take like the suit into consideration and kind of ask her and being sincere, because it's like the gears are clicking like a little bit, like kind of like, you think they're being too inviting?
I don't know. It's just tingle, a weird tingle, and I got it before Greg exploded, and I'm not feeling. I just want to tell someone this time.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Just so you're. Let's just watch ourselves a little bit here. I think.
Right.
Just a little bit.
Let's play along for now, and
Yeah.
I mean, if we don't, it'll if it's a bad
don't
situation, it'll
look
get
weird.
worse.
And
Yes.
like I might be wrong. It's happened before, although not recently.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
Okay, I'll get changed into the other clothes, like and do a similar wash to the one that Sarah's probably doing, like just with flannel, because like I didn't get beaten up in the fight. I just took Pinktail, so I had some blood from Pinktail, and that's probably about it.
Oh no.
Just forest detritus. I'm really upset about that because I've never, like, obviously thousands of people died this week, but I didn't see them all. I saw Pinktail, and I couldn't do anything, and I couldn't get anyone's attention. So
everyone's ready. You all head down a little bit later than expected to dinner. Sorry?
Can I just talk to Chris quickly?
Of course. You can meet on the way. So you come out and you're walking your way down, and maybe Silas comes out, and then the other two come out because they're the door down from him.
Important to
Go
note,
to sleep.
everyone. Sarah smells incredible.
I think we're all guessing that in the
Of all the
corridor.
possible shampoos at once, like strawberry, mango, we could have whatever else.
She smells like the smelly aisle from Harrods right now. That's her thing.
Oh my God.
And you can tell that me, Michelle, is poor because I think Harrods is where wealthy people actually shop.
Let's go down to the body shop. You get assaulted by all these smells because Sarah didn't realise and just used everything.
Fair enough.
I just walk up to Chris and say, "Hey, I haven't really had a chance to talk to you yet. You all right?"
And when Chris gets out of the bath, I'm just rewinding a little bit here. There has been standing before the mirror and just looking and focusing and just changing up like very like scrawny masculine and like bangs so they can hide because they really wanted to just have their hood up, but that's not polite. So instead they will just try to grow bangs like so they can hide beneath them. So when Sarah and the rest of you sees them again, so Sarah stops talking to Chris and Chris will just like look up and like through the bangs.
I love that.
You know what? It took me years to find out what bangs meant. I never understood. You heard it in movies and all that. Bangs, what the fuck are bangs?
Because they're called fringes where we are because they are a
Yes,
fringe
yes.
of the hair.
Yes.
Bang of the
Yeah,
hair.
fucking
What's the
bangs? I never got it.
makes no sense.
I was an adult.
America-
I never understood.
America sort your slang out. It makes no sense.
Fucking bangs.
I'm that the rhythm counter and the piano going between
the metronome.
UK and US.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I learned UK in school and US
Of
watching
course, yeah.
TV.
Yeah.
So just looking up at you and just nodding and go, yeah, I'm okay. And like turning away again, looking very much down into the floor, like feeling very withdrawn.
Oh, look, if you want to talk at any point, I'm around. Like, I mean, it's obvious you got some, you got this mutant shit going on. Looks like you got some gender shit going on too and stuff. And I just want to say I'm cisgender, but I count myself as an ally. And also, I look like this and I sound like this. So I know I have some insight into what it's like for people not to see like my womanhood and stuff, like it's a thing. So, you could talk to me and I might understand more than you think.
And Crystal just stops for a step and look up at you, like in earnest, looking at you, and like it's sinking in that this is actually an ally because they got kicked out from home when their powers took over. So Chris will like stop and really look at you. Thanks. I will remember that. And shut down again.
It's all right, kid. We gotta be there for each other, Like it's all gone to shit. We've only got each other at this point. But I promise I won't use it against you in years to come. Be like, hey, I helped you out that time. Help me move house. That's not what I'm about.
I don't think Sarah needs anybody to help move house. Like she can
Sarah just moves the house.
Yes.
And since Sarah is so much higher than Chris, she'll not be able to see it, but Chris will just twitch a smile underneath, but still looking down to just keep on walking.
Oh.
Yeah, down the stairs the way you were brought up. Troy is the younger guy. Meets us. We thought we'd let you have time to get ready. He smiles at all of you and looks at Silas and kind of blushes again. Hope the suit fits.
Yes, absolutely. It's very generous.
And you can keep it. I don't ever notice. It takes you round through the kitchen that Sarah had already been in, and into a dining room with a massive table made of oak teak. I have no idea, but some kind of wood.
Something
From a
expensive,
tree.
yeah.
Yeah,
Expensive wood.
I hope the tree agreed to be in the. Never mind.
You need to speak to Jeremy about that. No matter. The table is set for all of you with Anthony at the head of it. Two of the children on one side, the other there, and then all of you across. It's a very lavish spread. That seems to be, just take what you want. So a kind of a buffet rather than being served in courses. But there's all different sorts of food there. There's the vegetarian dishes. There's like roasted duck. There is
Oh, fancy.
lots of fancy shit. Please sit. There's bottles of wine there. If you would like a beer or something else to drink, please just let us know.
I think Silas probably makes a beeline for the alcohol cabinet. Or at least like the cabinet that's been like the alcohol that's been set down, because just hasn't had a drink in it's only been like 2 or 3 days, but it's been too much for him. So,
You might want to try the Macallan, 21 years old, just over in the cabin.
Oh, thank you very much. And
Help yourself.
Macallan is good.
So, all of you, once you're all seated, Sarah, there's a milkshake waiting for you. A fresh one. Jeremy has one in his own hand and tips it at you as you sit. Anthony stands up. So, welcome, my friends, my brethren. It's good to have you here, given the turmoil of the last few days. You were surprised that anyone else made it out. Here we are, somewhat protected. I see you've all had a hard time. And looks at you, Sarah. I understand we might not see eye to eye and things.
Yeah, I want to apologize for that. See, at that moment, I kind of suspected that you killed my friend. And also, I was confused about the concept of a person owning a forest.
You and Jeremy will get along like houses on fire, I believe. That. Rebecca is sitting there, she just smirks as he says it. Anyway, here's to mutantdom, and we shall rise like the phoenix, if you don't mind the turn of phrase.
Yeah.
Night, Morph. Have fun.
I think especially at the Phoenix thing, kind of like Silas like smiles, kind of like almost like a bit darkly, because it's like kind of, I mean, out of character. Yeah, like the whole Phoenix situation is kind of on the Hellfire Club. Like we didn't know that was gonna happen. Like if we had known that was gonna happen, we wouldn't have started the whole shit. But yeah, that's on us. But he does kind of smirk, at least like gallows humor, like kind of smirk at like kind of yeah, that's the thing we did.
And he winks at you as you smirk. So, to us, to our rebirth, he holds his glass up, then drinks,
right,
sits, eat.
So I do have a question. So we got some information, but these things, they always end with like a bunch of people having to smash the shit out of someone to end like the bad stuff. So who is it we need to smash to end this? Because I'll do it. I'll go and smash him, and we can go home.
Like that's not.
He looks at you for a second. The smile doesn't leave his face. I think you and I are of one mind when it comes to this. You know of Orchis?
Yeah.
Well, as members of Orchis that are doing this, they have corrupted Her Majesty's government. They have exiled so many of our kind. Well, we need to stop them. We need to make them hurt. Do you agree?
Very much.
Isn't that exactly what they're accusing us of doing?
No, I'm not talking about killing humans. I'm not talking about stopping humanity. I'm talking about an organization. An organization that has set its sights on our kind, that has decided that we do not deserve to live. That because we are other, that they can do what they will with us. And I will not stand for it.
Yeah, they don't see us as people.
Exactly. But
we're
they're a
just as people
corporation,
as
they're an
people are.
organization. They're not people. They're fascists.
Well, I mean,
in their
they're
helmets.
Yeah, I agree. They're fascists, but they're made up of people. Like, we can't be dehumanizing them because when you dehumanize, I've seen dehumanizing people. They never stop, and then when they get rid of when they get rid of their first ones, they go after another and another because dehumanizing people is addictive to us as a species. We love it. Look at all the wars that have ever happened.
I understand how that.
But I'm also saying we should smash the shit out of them, non-lethally.
No.
Well, I understand the people in your line of work have those views, but I think, Silas, I hope you'll agree with me here that people of the world know that this is a threat that must be stamped out. This is not a race of people. This is not a minority. This is not a group of some religious group. These are people who are only set about and committing genocide on our people.
Yeah, well, we smashed the shit out of them, but then there's loads of people who are on their side who are going to still be around after.
Well, those ones we teach, do we not?
Yeah, but we can't teach them if we can't teach them if we murder a load of people. We can't murder a lot of people like
smash. There might be some deaths that are unavoidable. I'm not saying we go out and execute them.
I mean, Lauren, Chris, back me up here. Like, we can't go around murdering people, right? That can't be the plan.
I mean, I haven't been around this area for long. I don't know about like the Hellfire Club and all the stuff Silas knows about. I just get the sense that like they're really scared of us, and they probably should be because we could do some dangerous stuff. And like the young ones, especially, like when people are just finding their powers, they're unpredictable, and they do weird stuff, and they have temper tantrums, and stuff explodes like that thing in New York the other year.
You see daggers being drawn at you from the woman Rebecca.
I'm not trying to hurt anyone. I just don't understand. I want, if I'm missing something, please explain it because I'm listening. I'm not like dictating to you. This is just how I've seen it up till now.
You think that we should be policed for how we are born?
No, but think about it from their perspective. Like, Lauren's right. Look at me, right? I can throw a truck into a building. You know? That's fucking terrifying. Right?
But you can choose not to. I mean, there's people who can buy a gun and
we are not animals. We are higher thinking beings. Magneto says that we are better than humans. I don't think we're better than them, but we are part of their dominion of this earth.
And if nothing else, I mean, evolution will happen inevitably, and
exactly
we got to be the next step, and of course it'll be frightening for humans to picture a world without
eventually
them.
All of their children will be like us. That is how evolution works.
But we're not above them. I hate this shit where it's.
That's what.
But you kind of are with that. You kind of are with that language. You and Silas. I'm sorry, Silas. I respect you. I respect you and all. But like, we aren't the next step. We aren't like you know better versions. We aren't more like we aren't
better versions. Evolution does not always bring up something better. However,
just something different.
We are the next evolutionary step. Being the next evolutionary step does not make one better than the previous one.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean that they all die out as well. We still have monkeys. and humans are meant to
No.
have come from there.
But they don't. They share an ancestor. They are not descended from monkeys or apes. They share
Consider
an
it like-
ancestor, and that ancestor is gone.
Consider
can't we
it
all
like
just do our
the
thing?
cave, like the cave. There's no more cave people. There's no more Neanderthals, but that doesn't make Homo sapiens or now Homo superior the enemy of. If that makes any sense.
We're not here to stamp them out. Krakoa was meant to give us a place of our own, somewhere that we could be safe without all this hatred, without all of this nastiness.
Yeah, and
Isn't that
look what
still worth
keeps happening.
pursuing then? That sounds like a great idea.
And they destroyed it.
Yeah,
know
I'm
that.
not saying that the destruction of Krakoa is a good thing. I have my issues. I had my issues with Krakoa, like when they sent me a letter saying you should move here, and it's like, what? I should leave my friends and all my life and everything because I go live on some
Didn't say you should.
island
said
that's a
you
lie.
could.
Well, it's fine, but like, I guess part of me kind of thinks this is probably really bad, but like, Krakoa has been the cause of a lot of weird shit, hasn't it?
No.
No?
That madman Charles Xavier has been the cause of a lot of weird shit.
Another big smile from Silas, like even bigger than before, because he couldn't. He's like, yes, finally somebody agrees with me.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah,
Also-
I'm kind of with you on that one. Charles Xavier seems like a bit of a prick. Like, who names a gene after himself?
The gene wasn't named after.
It wasn't?
No.
No, that was
What's it called?
Nathaniel
Wait,
Essex.
he's Xavier, X-Men, X-Gene.
No.
I thought it was all him.
No, the X-Men is not for Xavier. The X-Men is for the X-Gene. The X-Gene is the...
So you're saying it's a coincidence that he's called Xavier?
Yes.
Yes.
His family are not mutants.
I'm so confused about my own people, it would appear. But look, I'm Chris.
Out of character in fairness, Sinister tried to call it the Essex gene. So
Yes, he
like,
did, yes,
I think
yeah.
I think everybody who discovers it is like, no, I saw it first.
But Charles didn't discover it, that was the thing. It's fucking stupid if I call it saying Xavier rather than just Xavier, but okay, fair.
I'm a Captain America reader. Like I know I haven't clear. I honestly I've not read that much X-Men apart from when X-Men appear in Avengers stuff. That's most of my
But I
knowledge.
love the fact that Sarah doesn't know this. This is absolutely...
I love the idea that like canonically Sarah could be a Captain American reader and doesn't give a fuck about.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Here's a tidbit. She is deeply, madly in love with Captain America
I love
as
it
a
so
thing.
much.
Like she has
It was
met
also
him.
on the
like
on the flyer that she gave Silas for the 12 sub program, like where she had like Steve Rogers as like the like was it like the I guess like idol to aspire to or whatever. Like, that was lovely. Anyway,
yeah,
carry on.
in character, I'm just saying, Chris, because Sarah's now on a mission to try and get Chris to come out of their shell a little bit. Like that's the thing. So Sarah's just like, well, Chris, I would be very interested in hearing what you think of all of this. Like, what is your opinion?
I don't have one. I'm just listening. And just keeps eating.
Well, that's entirely fair enough. And what's the food in front of us?
but it's like a
Anything you
spread.
can
Different potatoes cooked in different ways. Different meats. There's some cold stuff. There's tureens of soup.
All right, she's taking some tomato soup, but she just has some and just like, oh, this is beautiful. Is this Heinz?
Oh, no.
Jeremy smirks. So like, and he says, no, it's not Heinz.
Well, you've got to tell me what the brand is because I want to get loads of tins of this when all this business is sorted out. This is delicious.
This time it's Rebecca the last.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think me and Silas is definitely, because he remembers the telepathic conversation with the mutant at Shaw Industries, and he's kind of concerned that if the Baron is now interested in like just like lashing out at like Orchis as a whole, a certain someone could also become a target, especially because he brought up Shaw when he first met Silas. So he's paranoia is creeping in, kind of, and he's so if we can't, as mutants, have our own island, and God knows we've tried twice, 3 times. I've lost count. It's been many times. It won't work. It'll never work. I'm angry at myself for believing it would work, but I'm assuming you're aiming for tactical strikes against Orchis, because just lashing out against anybody is not going to go very far.
For the moment, we are biding our time. We will take our revenge where we can.
What if, and go with me here, but what if we like, because Orchis have lied to everyone, right?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
What it may be if we expose these lies while showing that we are reasonable. Maybe that's the way through. We would get people back on our side.
Speaking,
And also,
do you know the history of the world? Do you know the history of your people? They don't see us as being reasonable. Everything we do, everything we say is taken as some kind of attack, some kind of lashing out. And yes, there are evil people among us. Of course there are. We're human. We might be mutants, but we are still human.
yeah, but if
Nothing
we show
do-
people that we're just as boring as everyone else,
What do you think that fool Xavier's been doing for years?
Something with a school?
He's trying to show that mutants and humans are no different. They're only there to help. Yes, Magneto might have taken things the wrong way at times. I don't agree with his methods. But he did no more harm than Charles did. I've said that to him before as well. Not that the bastard ever listened.
now I don't know how much people here know about my life. I never know, because like sometimes people know way too much, and sometimes people have never heard my name, and I never know where I stand with people. But I'm going to assume that you all know something about where I come from, and in all of that shit, there were always humans who treated me with respect and decency. Like I had friends who were not scared of me, even though you would think they would have every reason to be. And if that is true of them, that has to be true for most people. It has to be
I'm not
possible.
saying that all humans are like that. I'm only talking about this one group, Orchis, who have made it their mission to destroy
Well, yeah,
us.
they need to go. They're genocidal
That's
fucking
what I'm
fascist
saying.
maniacs.
That's the point.
We
yes.
agree.
Yeah.
I do
Well,
not want to destroy the village down the road. I don't want to, well, maybe I do want to destroy the House of Lords because some of them owe me a lot of money. But I don't want to kill them all.
I think like Silas almost like spits out some whiskey while laughing. Just like that one.
Well, I don't think it would be really good for Mutant Country to go on a murder spree in the House of
Not
Lords.
really,
but,
no.
you know, I understand where you're coming from, mate. I do. I understand.
I will
Do you know
say
what? Sorry?
I will say we've had some, and I think he points at his head like kind of like to indicate like telepathic something or other. We've had some interference. It's hard to pinpoint, but something about the Isle of Skye. Are you planning on something with the Isle of Skye?
Looks at you, the eyebrow raised.
I'm broadcasting a mental image to Silas really hard in my head right now, and it's of Biggles crashing.
Yep, fair enough.
I've no nothing. This guy, you might have noticed that here we are somewhat set aside. That's why Charles is little plea didn't make it through to me and my children.
And I think Sal's kind of like, and he's doing this like jokingly, but like in a like in the interest of like honesty, thinking of like I must admit I've been a little bit naughty and tried to reach out, and I apologize, but I have noticed
That's not naughty, please. That is understandable. No, there are defenses here.
Very impressive. I'm not even sure how it works, but it's very impressive.
It's also why you don't see any sentinels in the sky.
Is it something? I don't want to obviously pry, but is it something that you can keep up for longer periods of time, or do you think you have to move eventually?
Smiles. My home will be protected for as long as it needs to be.
Lucky.
Is this protection portable? Because if you want to, like, you know, take Orchis down, it would really help if whoever's doing that comes with us, and then we can go and really strike Orchis and get this shit sorted out.
Unfortunately, not.
So sorry,
you don't get.
This might seem frightfully rude, but what are you talking about then? Because I've wondered a lot as we've been going so far about what we could possibly do. What's your idea?
As I said, at the moment we bide our time and take revenge where we can. Do you not want to take revenge? Do you not want to fight back at those that have ripped you from your life?
No, I want them to be stuck and helpless as they see the world move on without them. That's what I want. I want them to have to see it and that they're wrong.
They'll never admit they're wrong. People like that never do. What about you, Chris? Are you not scared, sick of hiding from these people? Do you not want to hit back at them, even just a little bit, just to show them that they can't walk all over you?
Just like all the rest. Whenever I fight with folks at home or some big shot, no offense.
None taken.
I'm just saying, right, that I'm thinking about the people that loved me, that I love, and what
Are
they
any
would
of them
think.
working for Orchis?
Well, fuck no.
Well then.
I'm not. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that those people that love me, I hope they still do. At this point,
I'm sure they do.
I don't want to do anything that would make them think that I'm a monster. Like, I'm not all into that whole high road shit, you know? Like, if somebody needs a punch, they're going to get a punch. But at the same time, you know, let's not let rage and anger completely define what we do next. Because revenge, it gets dark. And I mean, you know, I know he's an American, but what would Steve Rogers do? What would he do? What would Captain Britain do? What would she do? All right? These people...
What would she do? She would fight for her kind, and she's not allowed back on this island that is her home. They have banished her.
Yeah, and yet she hasn't gone full fucking revolutionary genocidal
because she
weirdo.
cannot get back to our world.
But if she could, she wouldn't go around.
She already fought them before. That is why they banished her. She was fighting for us. She did not let them do this before. Had they not got rid of her, maybe it wouldn't have been able to happen.
Yeah, but there's still good people that think she's a hero.
Have you looked on the TV, in the newspapers, listened to the radio?
Yeah, that's just all shit run by elite and billionaire wankers who want to raise hell, all right? You go on the streets and you talk to actual people like I have done every day, and you hear a different story.
You haven't done in the last week.
No, because they're being fucking lied to. But that's what I'm saying. When I was walking around Peckham, people knew who I was. And yeah, some of them laughed because of like my previous struggles, but a lot of them were kind. And we could get back to that. when we show these people that they've been fucking lied to by
And how do
cunts.
you propose to do that? Huh?
Not sure. I'm not sure yet. I'm clearly not a big thinker. But there's more than me here, and you all got bigger brains than me, so we could probably work something out, right?
I don't want you to feel like we're being entirely antagonistic, because I do get where you're coming from. I kept that I was a mutant hidden for years because I was so worried about how that was going to go. Because of
You
them.
shouldn't have had to.
I get that, but that's about how I was feeling. It's not about how the whole world was wrong. Although maybe the whole world was a bit wrong.
It was completely wrong. Yeah. I am all for, I mean, if nothing else, removing Orchis as a threat. But right now I have people who I want to make sure are safe. And after that, I'm more than willing to help with this whole operation, but I can't really rest until I know that for sure. Respectfully, obviously.
Maybe we could make a start on this. Like, is there an Orchis base around here that we could hit? Maybe we could slow them down.
There's one not all too far from here.
That's reasonable.
Well, maybe that should be our next place. We hit that place, we gather whatever intel we can, and we smash a bunch of them. So there's less of them out there, and we can get more info on what they're planning. Like, that seems like a good place to start, right?
We just paint a big target on our heads because now they know where we are. Like, they haven't seen us for days.
No, we won't. The woman Rebecca says, we already hit them last week.
Oh,
okay.
Reasonable.
We can do it again, though.
Rebecca, I just want to say, you're so fucking rad. That was cool, just the way you said that. That was beautiful.
Would there be a way to, and so it's kind of like Sebastian says, I'm not great with computers, but is there a way to change the files to make some of their agents seem suspect to themselves?
Troy kind of says, I might be able to do that.
I mean, if they start distrusting each other, that's half, I mean, not half the work done, but that'll threat some dissent between them.
Yeah, why didn't I think of that? That's a great idea.
I mean, I guess also they don't know what we look like, so we could get in and out, probably. I think I probably could. I don't know what use that is.
They're probably going to know who I am. So what I could do is I could cause a distraction outside. I could start smashing some shit up outside, whilst you lot go in and do the sneaky computer tippy-tappy thing.
Ah, yeah, that film Hackers.
Oh, that's a great movie. Angelina Jolie's performance in that is so underrated.
It's good, but it's not bound. Anyway.
But this is so inspired of like the comics of like the dead serious conversations about like genocide and just like, pop culture references. Yeah. So good. I love it.
Seriously, I mean, all the fuss has been for us to get the heck out of here up until now, and I thought maybe we had to do that before we could think about hitting anyone anywhere. Because, like, between the four of us, it is the four of us now. Sadly, I think Sarah's the only one with like big stompy power, unless it's something that everyone else is keeping secret.
Well, I mean, if we could hit it, we probably should. Because then there's going to be less of them being pricks to other mutants, and we can get some intel that we can take to wherever we're going up north. Maybe it'll be useful. And also, I really want to smash some of these people.
There you go. That's the spirit. Yeah.
I'm not going to murder them.
Oh. But fair. Close enough.
Why are you disappointed about that? Like, I'm guessing as the evening goes on, me and Silas a few times just like, no, killing, not good. Oh, but why? Come on. Why not?
Yeah, Silas on the whiskey probably isn't helping with that either.
No, he's still only on the first glass. Like he's had like this history of like starting on a glass of drink and then just getting interrupted by like Orchis related bullshit.
At least you kept your shoes on this time.
Yep, that's true.
At some point, when Chris is done eating real food, not just street fish and chips or something.
It's like, what is this? Like fancy food? Ugh, I miss the chippy. Like,
So what? What's going on?
I will just like have listened to Silas and Sarah just bickering over what to do, and
It's like a tennis match.
yeah,
Mhm.
lean back and like, Sarah, I hear where you're coming from, but sometimes you have to take out the root of the problem. And
I agree, but like last resort kind of a deal, because I don't want to go into it too much, but I've really been hits and lows. All right, and you know, drugs and booze, they have a great reputation, but eventually, like, they fuck you up. But I came back. Maybe they could too, and if there's potential for that, why
think
take that away?
Silas is going to reach like the surface level that knowledge that he has about like kind of like, I guess, like the Avengers, because he's not really been paying too much attention, I think, like to what they're doing. So it's like, but okay, say like Red Skull, right? Kind of like would you throw him down an elevator shaft, or would you just like lock him up and be nice? I mean, what's your moral take on that one?
Well, would I murder someone or let them live with the chance to change?
But do you think that Red Skull can change into being an understanding person who loves everybody? Probably not.
and
I don't
before
know.
these two go on too much more, Britain
Yeah.
stand up and look to Anthony and like, thank you for the food, my lord. Would you please excuse me? And then just leave the table, like shaking their head, not listening anymore, and going to one of the porch or something outside. Just getting away from this bickering.
Understandable.
I mean, I don't know when it comes to Red Skull. All right, I don't know. All right, but I'm pretty sure at this point Red Skull has been given plenty of chances to change, and he hasn't. So maybe that's a fucker that needs taken out. Maybe, but I don't know if that's true of most of these Orchis people. You know, like maybe there's going to be a few that can't. Maybe they're going to be put in positions where it's them or us, and it's going to be them. It's always going to be them in that situation. But maybe there's a chance for a lot of people to come out of this that don't need to die. That's all I'm saying. I'm not naive. I'm not an 100% hippy dippy pacifist here. Like I've had to kill some people, you know, in my time. But the thing is, there was a choice. There were moments where they could have chosen things differently, and it was them or like 100 people in a supermarket at one time. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like in the moment, like Steve Rogers has killed people. He shot Nazis. But he always there was always a point where he gave people a shot and only did it when he had to. And I think that's the model we got to take.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this dinner has been quite eye-opening. If you don't mind, it's been a long day. I think most of you want to get some rest. I know these three do, and they indicates his children. But I feel like a cigar. Silas, would you like to join me?
Certainly, yes.
Anyone else? And he looks around.
I don't smoke.
Nah, I'm good. I'm gonna go to bed.
I'll leave this so it'll be cleaned up. Head to bed, and then tomorrow we can start making a plan for attacking the base. Rebecca can give you all a briefing, as she would call it, and we can see what we can do. And then, if you're still wanting to head north, I'll help you on your way.
Thank you. And for the hospitality. I mean, I know it got a bit tense there, but we're just chatting, right?
Exactly. I hope you all can have a good rest. Your clothes will be clean, but if you need anything else, we'll make sure you get it. Silas?
Yep. And he follows out too. I
What's the
assume he
smoking
wants to
room?
look. Oh, there's of course he has a smoking room. Like given the size of the mansion, of course there is.
So, the rest of you heading to your beds, or you wanna
I'll
go out
follow
and go out
Sarah
yourself?
upstairs and maybe talk a little bit as we go.
And Chris is outside on one of the porches.
And what's Chris up to?
Didn't I have? Do you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
What's Chris
Yeah.
up to? I said,
Just sitting outside on the porch, like
just chilling out.
yeah. Hood pulled up again. Probably sitting on the deck and with the knees up, leaning against either a rail or the wall or something.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And Sarah, Lauren,
Sarah, what do you think?
About what?
Just all that. You've done this a lot longer than I have.
Well, you always meet people that have different philosophies about what we do. You know, I mean, I met Daredevil one time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's got this big don't kill rule, like proper, he won't kill. Because he's angry. He knows if he starts killing, he'll never stop. Whereas there's like folks like Tony Stark. I don't think he necessarily has a big problem with killing folks, like as he has. He tries not to, but you know, he's a little bit more variable. He's more utilitarian about things, more about the arithmetic, you know. And the only way forward is to do what you think is right. Because you've got your principles and stuff, but at the end of the day, there's going to be a situation which is going to test them.
Oh,
So I guess my advice to you would be try not to overthink it and do what you think is right in the moment and accept the consequences of that, good and bad. But don't let that stop you. Does that help?
I think so. Oh,
I don't know.
God.
I shouldn't be the one who's like, you know, the wise oldie one with a group of kids, like, you know.
Yeah, you're just more experienced, though. Like, you've done this for longer, so you know you've been through this more than I have. Like, I think I fucked up in that fight there. I should have helped more.
Well, I mean, you're new to it, and you don't really, and you did. Honestly, you may have done a smart thing because you don't appear to be more of a fighter. You seem to be more of a thinker, and we
That's
need
why I'm worried about the
thinkers.
thinking. I want to make sure I'm thinking the right way, because it feels like there's definitely wrong ways, and then there's middle ways. So many middle ways.
I mean, in our situation, like, there's mutants that are really angry and they hate humans. And I get that.
Yeah,
you
I get
know?
that too. I should be angrier, I think. Sometimes I feel angry.
People as a group can be really, really silly.
Yeah.
But then also, I've seen it. I've seen people be great. Like, I was embraced in my local community. It felt like there were always people who were sneering and laughing, but there was always a lot of people like Benny in my local shop. I go there and get milk. Solid dude. And yeah, I think I've been thinking of Benny a lot today. There's good people who just want to get by, and when they see that you're just someone who's just buying milk, complaining about fucking West Ham, like you get on. They see your humanity when you show it.
I'm just
Even
worried
if
that
something-
after all this, we can't go back to the way it was, because, I mean, it all feels very different now.
I have every intention of going back to the life I had and rebuilding it once again. And knowing the people I know in Peckham, they will give me a shot if they know the truth, if they know what this really is. I could see a time when me and Benny are there and I'm talking like, and they didn't, and I'm telling him all, like, this bullshit, like, all of this mutants, poison, medicine. Like, why would we do that?
I know it doesn't make any sense, but people seem to believe it. And I'm just like,
Well,
I
it's
don't
because they're being
understand.
told it by institutions and news reporters that they trust, but those news reporters are full of shit.
Yeah.
We got to
It
show
works
them
out.
that they're wrong. We got to show them that they're wrong. I don't see any other way forward. If we don't show them that they were lied to, then they won't change.
Maybe
And
we
then
need
we
to
won't
tell
be
the
able
news
to go
people
back.
then, rather than, I don't know. Sorry,
I'll
I'm
be
just tired.
paying. I will be paying a bunch of fucking editors a whole lot of visits after this. Believe me.
Well, if you want any help, let me know.
Thank you. I'm gonna go around. To the Daily Mail offices. Let me tell you, and be like, what the fuck? Like, stop going through people's bins, and stop lying to people, and stop making out that groups of people are bad.
Yeah.
That'd
And
be
they'll
so
see
nice,
me
like
come-
in real life, just to have like a Sarah Bacon to like knock down the Daily Mail.
Yeah, the UK press doesn't need tougher regulation. It needs a big, meaty woman to go around to all their
Yeah.
offices and
Absolutely.
scare the shit out of them.
Yes. But
But you
move
all
on
right?
from.
Oh yeah,
Sorry?
sorry.
When you go, finish what you're saying.
No, I was just gonna sort of be like, "You all right though? Like, if you need to talk
think-
more,
I think
you
so.
can knock on my
but
door."
yeah, and the same, because like you need to have someone you can talk to if you need to talk to someone as well. Like, I'm not wise in the ways of mutants, but I've met people.
That means a lot, Lauren. Thank you.
Okay.
I'm very glad that you're one of the people that made it out of that shithole. Very glad to have met you.
Yeah, I'm glad to have met you too.
Silas,
Hmm.
Anthony offers you a cigar.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna like play it for serious. Like I think like Silas has had cigars in the past. Like he doesn't smoke frequently, but like, he's not gonna make like a fool of himself.
Yeah.
Coughing. Like he like yeah, it's fine. He'll have one.
Some interesting friends you have there. Not your usual social circles.
Not really, but they've helped situations quite a bit.
They seem to be more like my son Jeremy.
Mm.
I think they're a little bit naive when it comes to these sort of things. Don't you think?
They're new to this. They're idealists, and I mean idealists don't really win wars, but it's sometimes nice to see.
No, I think winning the war is something far off at the moment. But do you not think just a little bit of revenge would be nice? Just to... They killed my wife. Orchis did.
And I think at that point, like his face drops, like kind of like his like point of sincerity, kind of just I'm very sorry. I obviously didn't know.
It's okay. It's because of her we have this protection here. If she was still alive, maybe it could be moved, but
Was it? I'm sorry to be so blunt, but was it recent?
yes.
No.
Yes, it was. Unfortunately,
Just when the message and the portals happened, just then.
just before Orchis My wife was idealistic.
Mm.
She helped certain elements of Krakoa that you and I might not have had so much truck with.
Right.
Nevertheless, we love each other. Loved each other. Tell me, Silas, after everything that's been taken from you, do you not want to make them pay just a little bit?
If I want to make somebody hurt, I want to make them hurt in a substantial way, and I don't just want to scratch their arm at some base here.
Oh,
I've
totally
thought about
with you there.
nothing. No, I've thought about the bigger picture. Obviously, ideally I want to dismantle them from the bottom up, but I'm very well aware of my limitations in terms of powers and in terms of my influence at the moment. So I don't
What
want
you
to
need
spread
to
myself too
remember-
thin.
Individually, they're just human. Individually,
true.
they are weak. But I think that's a conversation for another day. I'm very
Understandable.
glad you turned up at our door, Silas. I think we might be able to achieve some interesting things in the next couple of days.
It'll be worthwhile, I feel. I agree.
And the rest of the time is made up of just basically small talk around
I think Silas is still kind of like he's still like the paranoia keeps creeping up more and more about kind of like what this guy's planning. Kind of, I think he's politely playing into the conversation, but he's not giving away that technically he just wants to leave and keep going north,
Yeah.
basically. But he's not telling him that more. I mean, I don't know if the guy has telepathic powers as well, so he might be able to glean that from. I mean, who knows? But just superficially, like the conversation is going to be like kind of smile and nod, but also kind of like say that kind of like we do have these other obligations that we're trying to fulfill before we can really dedicate ourselves to whatever it is that he's planning, more or less. But like in a very respectful kind of way, more or less.
Yeah, he talks over with you, starts to regale you with tales of the Hellfire Club from before you were to join. Tells you that he's not been as much of an active member in the recent years, but tells you stories about Shaw that have you giggling away.
Fair enough. I think Silas will ask sort of why he hasn't been as so if he is, I mean, presumably a mutant. Why has he not been, or I mean, has he been to Krakoa, or why hasn't he been as involved with Hellfire business in the past, like a couple of years, I suppose? Was it the wife that tried to put him onto more idealistic?
No, I have been just more on the business side than anything else.
No, that's reasonable. Yes.
There are certain times, especially with how things were, and we're changing here in the UK, that a more subtle approach was useful. I think that time might have passed. Last but not least, Chris, give me a vigilance roll, please.
Ooh.
You keep getting these mysterious rolls, Chris.
Yeah. They're non-combat, right?
Yep.
Oh, nice.
You hear very, very quietly what sounds like a scream and a sob, and then nothing. But you're not sure from where. It's just carried on the wind. And that's where we'll leave it for tonight.
Oh my God.
Ah!
So, that was We All Hold Down, our Marvel Multiverse RPG campaign. I see we got a shout out from from Sneaky Baby. So thank you very much, Sneaky Baby. I don't know who you are, but I will check out your channel. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I think it didn't go quite the way I thought it would, but yeah.
Were you prepping for a fight? Was that?
No, I wasn't prepping for a fight. I was prepping for a slightly different outcome. But also the NPCs changed a little bit as we went through them. Jeremy's a lot nicer than I thought he would be, and Rebecca's much more of a tough nut. And
Rebecca's amazing. It's just like
Troy's just completely
she literally
infatuated
brings
with
knives
science.
to a dinner table.
Yeah.
Isn't a real TTRPG if the game master doesn't go, this wasn't the way I thought it was going to go.
But the thing is, no, for me, usually I have no idea where it's going to go, so there's nothing to change, it just happened. But this time I had a little bit of an inkling. But yeah.
There's your problem. You shouldn't.
I know, I shouldn't do it.
You can't derail it if we haven't got any rails.
This is true. But anyway, yeah, so yeah, that was episode 5. I think we're now just about halfway, just over halfway. We'll be back with this in 2 weeks. On Saturday, there will be Memphis by Night, which Lavaita will be playing in. That will be run by our very own Lanny, and I'm very much looking forward to it, although it's past my bedtime, so I'll need to catch it the next day. On Tuesday, we are back with Die, because we missed it last time. But we will be back, and we will have some fucked up things happening there, because, you know. And then after that, yeah, it's day. Then after that, we're back with Call of Cthulhu the Saturday after. So yeah, we'll say goodbye in the order we said hello in, and then we'll fuck off. So, Calder, how was your night?
Yep, fantastic. I'm always a fan of kind of like character and kind of like roleplay heavy sessions, and this has had it in spades, and I like the tension that's still there, where it kind of like, yeah, superficially I agree with the guy, but I don't know the whole deal of the guy. Like it's and especially now that he said that that his wife worked on the protection of the dome, and that it's not movable, and that she's died. So is her body buried in the basement and is still generating it? I don't know. I've got no clue what this guy is on about. But I do really like that it's sort of like it started off as being unsettling and never quite kind of. I mean, there were like moments of levity, but they still had that sort of like I don't know, like a Haunting of Hill House meets like the Umbrella Academy like vibe, and it's really good. I really like it in the best possible way. So I enjoyed myself a lot.
Thank you. Me too. Lavaita, how was your night?
That was great, thank you. That was fun. Got to see some of the things about some of the stuff.
The thing with the stuff with the guy and with the thing.
Well, also, we haven't done a lot of intergroup chatting, just
No.
unless we've been like, oh heck,
Yeah.
something's trying to kill us, run. So
Yeah.
that's been interesting to like explore a little bit and just.
Yeah, not even at the Druid Grove. I don't think I gave you as much.
Well, no, you did, but we ended up sort of doing our own things and just like going, oh, thank goodness that's over. Just having a break and like going into ourselves a bit and breathing.
And yeah, and doing some montage and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think they're like to. I'm sorry, now I'll shut up after this. But it also helps like kind of us like the characters care more about each other. Kind of like to have had this session to kind of interact more than
Yeah, a little bit of bonding.
Yeah, and it's like check
Yeah.
on yourself and then check on other people. Check your own mask is fastened before helping someone else with theirs.
This is true.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
And like and we checked our own mask in the Druid Grove, and now we checked everybody else's. kind of.
No, very cool. No, that's right. That's exactly what it was. And Kathrine, how was your night?
It was good. I actually like that Lauren and Sarah wanted to like try to talk now, and Chris, who last time tried to reach out and check on everybody, and suddenly after Greg just withdrew all again into themselves, so it worked really well. I just wrote Marc before stream and said Chris feels that they have become a little bit too friendly.
Yeah.
So it was actually perfect that I just could draw it all back again.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's very much in your concept of Chris in the first place as well.
Yeah.
Much more drawn back. I think the with something like that though, it's difficult to give you a time to shine there. Like obviously because Chris is pulling back, that's why you got the role at the end to see try and make sure you got a little bit more out of it. But as long as you're enjoying it, I'm happy.
I definitely am. And I'm probably going to write you after this because
No problem.
there's so much more layers to this right now.
I might not answer right away because I'm going to go to my bed soon because I got work in the morning. But I write and I'll answer in the morning. And Michelle, last but not least.
That was fun. I'm
Wow.
surprised.
It's alright. Not bad, yeah. Peck 'em, mate.
I'm tired.
I know I'm tired as well. I'm not mocking you. I'm just having a laugh.
I'm being genuine. Like sometimes
I'm
I
taking the
sound
piss.
like I'm sarcastic, and I'm not. I'm being genuine. I really enjoyed that. I'm surprised that Sarah didn't punch the Baron at one point.
I was surprised too because I thought that was coming up.
I was thinking it would as well.
I was like, we're gonna have to run. We're gonna have to run now.
Why do you think
this
I had
is
so many
what-
tabs open doing research?
I almost just instinctively rolled for initiative, to be honest.
I was thinking,
Well,
rolling this stuff before we start.
If Sarah has a bath with lots of smellies, she's not going to punch the guy that made that happen. Unless he really crosses the line. Yeah, but
the Baron didn't even know you had the master bathroom, so. Yeah.
Oh wow, that's going to play out next week. But yeah. Also on Sunday.
What is everything all
Sunday, I
over?
forgot.
Yeah, Fallout.
Yes.
No, it's all. I assumed you left it out so I could do a thing.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what I did. Yeah.
Me, Lavaita, and Kathrine are going to be doing our little Fallout game on Sunday. Bunch of people need to go out to the wasteland to find a very important thing. They're going to go leave on their adventure, and it's probably all going to go to shit.
No. It's going to go.
I'm talking about, like, you know, they will face conflict and challenges and grow and be forced to make difficult choices and grow and change.
Fuck's sake.
And all that good Fallout stuff.
That definitely is most definitely our most viewed show switches. So well done, you. Anyway, I'm going to fuck off now, but you did. You're telling a good story and you're a good GM, so shut the fuck up.
Right.
No, thank you very much.
Sunday, 7 p.m. UK,
Exactly.
1 p.m. US, all that stuff. You'll find it. But yeah. Sorry, you need to go to bed. Mark, go to bed.
I'm going to go to bed, right? But first of all, let me tell them to fucking subscribe and like and that shit. Right? Subscribe, follow, like, share, tell your grandma she will love my fucking accent. Well, we've got Lavaita here as well, so see, it's a twofer. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that like button, or don't hit it because that's weird, because your fucking screen. No, just like click on the wee like thing, give us a sub, tell your friends, leave a comment, say how handsome I am, because I mean, well, that's true. And yeah, come and see us next time we play. Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye.